So then maybe you can explain in brief the Hercules myth then?
Hercules was the strongest man on earth. He was also like a very, he had many different loves, a lot of lovers, and some of them were actually males. So different historians and different poets wrote these stories about Hercules having these really torrid love affairs with other men. There's one man in particular that he had a really intense love affair with that he lost on a journey. So he was heartbroken and sort of incapacitated. He couldn't go on. He was like really struck with sadness and longing for this guy that he lost. So I thought this was beautiful, that this idea of the strongest man on earth at his most vulnerable, and longing so deeply for the love of another man. This is something that just kind of resonated with me,
Yeah.
based on my life experience, but also I thought it was just beautiful.
Okay. Another, maybe last quote. This album, collaborating is super exciting to me. You learn a lot about yourself and you learn a lot about your work. First, what did you learn about yourself making this album?
You know, through collaboration and through making this record, I learned a lot about my ego and about where and
is it big?
authorship. Well, I'm constantly, you know, at odds or just kind of negotiating with my ego. You know, and I learned a lot about how much comes, or how rewarding the act of letting go can be. So giving up or letting go or letting someone else participate or using someone else's voice, not having to shoulder everything, this can be really rewarding and productive, you know? Like when you can actually have an effective collaborative relationship or a cooperative relationship, it can be very productive. A lot more can be realized than maybe just one person working on their own, you know?
Yeah.
But often that has a lot to do with, you know, in order to get to that place, you have to get through standstills and you have to get through difficult times as well. You have to, it's a constant negotiation.
What did you learn from Anthony? Because he's one of the main singers on the album.
Oh gosh, I learned so much from Anthony.
Pick one?
One thing. That's hard. You have to give me a thought, or give me a minute.
But I think we have to stop.
No, it's okay. I just want my tea.
Okay.
Oh, I'll give you.
The last question you have.
Oh, one thing I learned from Anthony. The best thing I learned from Anthony was probably keep the work sincere and tap into real emotion. Don't fake it.
What's the most emotional song on the album for you?
Thank you.
I think that's right, I know. A bit watery, maybe.
Thank you. Emotional?
Yeah?
The most emotional song on the record.
No problem.
The most emotional song on the record for me is Athena.
Why?
Because it's written for my mother, and it's a, I don't know, sort of a devotional song to the feminine spirit, and this has meant something significant to me throughout my life.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah.